The federal government is facing pressure to sever ties with a security firm named in the world's largest leak of secret documents. There have also been calls for more transparency in company ownership regulations. But those involved in setting up the offshore shell company say they're acting within the law. Elise Worthington reports.
Protesters rally outside Iceland's parliament as pressure on the Prime Minister grows over his links to offshore companies.
I'm starting to feel a bit strange about these questions.
The besieged PM apologised after walking out of this interview, but says he won't resign. Vladimir Putin is also under pressure. But Russian state television was playing down links between the president and associates who shifted more than $2 billion through shell companies. In Australia, the tax office says there are 800 locals in the leak. Among them, former ATO employee and Perth accountant Warren Black.
When it happened, I was just extremely shocked and surprised, and I found it incredibly bizarre.
He says his passion is finding legal ways to minimise tax.
I just simply set up an overseas company. I've used it properly, I've used it legitimately, and I'm relaxed because I've got nothing to hide.
One of the biggest scandals to rock Australian racing hits the headlines in Brisbane.
But others may have, including the man behind the fine cotton scandal, serial fraudster John Patrick Gillespie, who became the director of 2 offshore companies after being released from prison. But using offshore services isn't illegal. Corporate giants BHP Billiton, the ANZ Bank and big law firms are also customers of Mossack Fonseca. So is Wilson Security, and today the federal government was urged to ditch its contracts after the leak exposed the company's links to a Hong Kong corruption scandal.
Hundreds of millions of Australian taxpayers' dollars is being paid to this Australian company.
We need more transparency now, and that includes having a registry of who really owns and controls companies, a public registry so that people can't simply set up front companies and have front people running them.
Experts suggest up to $32 trillion globally has been stashed in offshore tax havens, including more than $250 billion in lost tax revenue.
It's not victimless. Every dollar that's avoided, every dollar that's minimised is a reason why, is a dollar not going to schools, not going to hospitals, not going to services.
But clients like Warren Black say they've done nothing wrong.
They can always bring in a much fairer tax system, which I'd love to see them do.
Until then, the money exodus offshore continues. Elise Worthington, ABC News.